Hi, a very warm welcome to Dusty Shelf. Hope I find you well. So this is another one of my uncle's Locos. He popped in over Christmas, dropped some trains off for me to have a look at. And this one is a runner, but it's a little bit temperamental. So going to be quite a quick video, I hope. Just a bit of a service, bit of a clean, and yeah, put some screws back in to hold the body on. Shouldn't be much to it really, but let's take it over to the track. I'll show you what it's doing, and then we'll get it apart and yeah, see if we can get it running a little bit better. Right, let's show you what it's doing. So I've got the power on. You see we've got nothing there. I'll give it a little nudge, and it wants to move, but it's very, very sticky again. Power's fully on. I'll give it a little tap, off it goes. Back the other way, again not working. Give it a little tap. So you can see, a little bit temperamental. It wants to go, but probably just needs a really good service. So let's get it back over the bench, let's get the lid off, and yeah, give it a clean and see if we can get it running better. Hopefully this will be a relatively straightforward and quick service. I'll just change my glasses so I can see what I'm doing. So you can see, let's just drop the motor out to start with. We seem to be missing a connection for the light on the front, so we'll have a look at that as well in a moment. Right, let's have a look in here. It's one of these. Okay, well, these are not too bad, they're fairly straightforward. So I think we'll just get it out, give the brushes a clean and the armature a clean as we normally do, and yeah, take it back over and see if that made a change. Now how's the, I'm not sure how the bulb is attached. So there's a plastic piece at the front here, it just doesn't seem to have any wires going to it. So I'll probably take that bulb over and check that it's okay, and yeah, indeed just solder a couple of wires off straight off of the pickups there. Anyway, let's do the motor first. Okay, there's only one on here that comes off that side. I've done a couple of these motors before, and yeah, they can be a little bit painful to put back in. So we need to, if I get this right, I think we need to lift the whole armature out in one go. To do that we need to prise these clips off the end, and there should be a little ball bearing in here. There it is on the end there. That's the bit we need to be careful of not to lose. Let me just slide that off the end if it will come. There it is. And in there, there's the ball bearing underneath. Very, very small ball bearing. Actually, I'll tell you what, I'm going to use the lid of this box. Just put that in so I don't lose it. And the other end, do the same. Just unclip the housing, leave that to there, take off the padding, and that should all lift out now. There we go. Right, and again I think I'm going to leave that one. Should still be bearing in there. Where's that gone? It didn't appear to be a bearing in that end, so I'll have to replace those. That's one of the brushes just gone on the floor. Yeah, definitely missing a bearing at that end. Right, let's slide this assembly apart. Doesn't look too dirty. The armature could do with a bit of a clean. Yeah, that's seen right, again using WD-40 specialist contact cleaner. So this isn't the oil, it's a contact cleaner. brings up all these little electrical components, absolutely lovely. So just clean the muck off the armature. There we go, that's not too bad. So look at the, there's the other ball bearing. Found it now. I think I'll just give the wheels a little clean. Don't want to do too much to them, mind you, the sides of the wheels look pretty bad as well. Let's get the pickups off. So just a reminder that my videos are just me enjoying the hobby. They're not meant as a how-to guide. There's some really good YouTubers out there that do some, you know, proper videos that tell you how to repair locos. I mentioned Double O Bill a couple of times recently. You know, does some superb repairs. Right. So they could do with a little bit of a clean, and the size of the wheels. Yeah, they look a bit grimy, so I'll give them a clean off on here. Oh, look at that, I can lift the wheels out. It's easier, isn't it? I wonder how much of this is actually muck that will wash off. That's brought it up lovely. Don't really need to do this side, but I'll do it while I'm there. Okay. Right, making sure I get this back in round the right way. And again, let's do this one. Don't really need too much. Don't want to disturb anything that I don't need to. Just clean the pickups. That's one of them done. Let's do this end. Right, that's better. So slide that back through under there. Actually, I think it went this side. It did go this side. Down through there. Let's get the base back on, base plate back onto there. Have I got that upside down? Yes, I have. And that must be correct. That's got to be correct. Put those two screws back in. One and two. done. That's good. Just take those brushes out. Right, I want to reassemble some of the components now, so let's get our magnet back together like that. This goes through in here like so. Actually, I'm going to clean that plate as well, because that's does provide current through. Let's lift that out. Done at this end. It's better, right. That's almost ready to go back in. I'm going to now remagnetize the magnet. Just bring in my machine. So Ronald Dodd makes these machines. I use them virtually on every video, or every repair video. So basically we find out the polarity of the magnet. Where did I put my compass? I had it here a moment ago. Find out which way is north, that way. North is marked on the machine, and we just bring the two armatures up either side of the magnet like so. That one there, and that one there. And quite simply push the button and it remagnetizes the magnet. Now I'm not going to do it on camera as always, because it does create a big magnetic field. So let me just stop this for a second while I push the button. Okay, that's done quite nicely. Yeah, I can feel the strength back in the magnet already. Right, put that to one side. You can see everything being attracted to it now. Right, armature in. Like that. And we drop this back into... Yeah, I've put that wire up the wrong place, because now it's in the way of the magnet. Right, let's redo that. Didn't think that felt right. Right, that's better. The plate's sitting better. Now I've moved that over. Let me just make sure that that's behind the wheel. Right, so let's get the magnet back in. That way round. Now I do have to separate the magnet to get it past the body. Not the most easiest things to put back together, these old TRIANG motors. God knows how they put them together in production. I guess lots of jigs and fixtures. Right, there we go. I think that's in. No, it's still something not right. It's not sitting quite square. There we go. Right, And I'm just going to put that on top to hold the magnets in place while I mess around with the other ends. So, right, I'm going to put first of all, the ball bearing inside here with a tiny bit of grease. So if you just put some grease in there, you can then put one of the ball bearings like that in there. Okay, and then this sits onto the shaft like that, with the bearing still inside, the grease holding the bearing while you do everything up. This goes around the outside of the ball, and then the spring clip goes on the end, like so. Right, that's that end in. Let's do the other end. Just making sure the armature hasn't actually gone into the hole there. I'm going to take that cap back off again. Something's not right. It's not engaging with the ball at the end. Don't know why. Let's have another go. The armature needs to go that way. This needs to go on to the end of the shaft. Right, the ball bearing's definitely still in there. That's good. Let's try this again. Bearing. As you can see, not the easiest of things to put back together. You need about 5 pairs of hands. Right, that's that one done. Where's the other bearing gone? There it is. Okay. There's fireworks going off outside. Again, the same thing. Put the ball bearing in. Mount this onto the end of the axle. Might be easier without the fluff on to start with. Oh. Let me get some tweezers. This goes over the top, just to keep the like a damper, I guess, around the bearing housing. I think that's got to go on at the same time, unfortunately. it goes. The ball is still in there, yes it is, okay. And then we put the clip back on over the top. Cool, talking about fiddly. Wow, that is not easy. Right, brushes, let's give these a bit of a clean. Just move my grease out of the way. They appear okay. Right, I'll slide these either side. So this one goes up through here. These are always a pain to get in as well. That's that one in. Let's do this side. Oh. Wow, I think I've got most of the way there. Now I've just got to slide this in. Like that. So I'll just put the housing back on top. Just slide the screw right through. Cool, there's some big fireworks out there. Right, let's go and see if that's improved it. Oh, and before I go over there, let's just give this a tiny drop of oil. Not too much. I didn't want to do that. I've got it on the face of the wheel. Right, it's on the test track. Let's give it some power. That's not too bad. Seems a lot smoother. Yeah, it doesn't appear to be sticking. Yep, that'll do. Not too bad at all. Right, well, I just tested the bulb and the bulb is blown, so I'm not going to replace that with a modern one. I don't have a proper TRIANG one, so that's a job for another day. But let me just go and give these a body and the chassis a clean with some soapy water, just to get some of the dust off of them. And yeah, we'll pop this back together. I need to find a screw that fits in here, which shouldn't be too difficult, and then yeah, we can complete the build. Right, well, rather frustratingly, I haven't got screws to reattach the body to the chassis, so I'll have to get some of those. So I'm not going to complete the restoration today, but I'll loose fit the body and we'll give it a little run. I did take this off because it had a crack in it, so I've just repaired that as well. Little bulb holder. slide that bulb back in anyway. Probably should have done that before I screwed the fragile bit back on. This I haven't got a TRIANG bulb. I would like to keep it all together. Maybe if I see one of those bulbs that are fair, I'll get one and then come back to this. Right, that goes on there like that. That then mounts back on top, like so. Right, that's that done. And this mounts the best way round. Looks a lot better now it's been cleaned. There you go. So I still need to get 2 screws to go down through here to hold the body on. I'll try and look out for a lamp at some point, but let's go and give it a little run. Right, let's give this a little bit of power. Perfect, look at that. Yeah, quite pleased with that. That's not bad at all. Yeah, so not really a restoration, just a bit of a service, but you can see on these TRIANG chassis how absolutely awkward they are, how frustrating they can be. We're trying to get them back together with a little ball bearing either end, and then the brushes, I mean, talking about many attempts to get the brushes in. I was getting really frustrated with it, but got there in the end. There probably is a method to doing it that I'm not aware of, but yeah, I got there in the end, and yeah, as you can see, it's a lovely little runner. I will get the as I said, I will get the screws for the body. I'll try and pick those up at one of the train fairs. There's one in a couple of weeks I'm going to, so I'll have a look at that. Anyway, if that was of interest, then please do give it a thumbs up, and why not check out the channel? Lots on there, and if you can subscribe, it would be doing me a big favour. And with that, I'll say thanks ever so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.